Okay, welcome back everybody, it's me, Guymanza92, and we're back today with another MotoGP 23 video. If you like the video, please hit that thumbs up button and leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, my content if you haven't subscribed already. And if you do subscribe, thank you so much for subscribing and supporting me, my channel and my videos. And don't forget to hit that all-important notification bell so you don't miss any of them as they drop onto YouTube. So, we are continuing our Moto 3 season. And of course, we head to the British Grand Prix at our home race of Silvertone. We have got to raise the level. In the next 3 races, we have got to be on the podium. So that is, of course, the British Grand Prix, which we'll be showing in this video. We've got Austria and Catalonia. Yeah, hopefully we can get a decent result round here, especially considering it is our home Grand Prix. So, weather-wise, looks like it could be wet, dry to wet in the race. Dry to wet possibly in practice 1, practice 2 is going to be wet, P3 is going to be dry, and then cloudy conditions for qualifying, but a decent condition for qualifying as well. So let's see how we can get on. Silverstone, normally quite a good track, obviously the home Grand Prix, the one we always want to win. Any British rider that goes to their home Grand Prix will want to win it. Saying that, any rider that's at their home Grand Prix will want to win it. That is the one that riders always want to win. Obviously, it's a little bit easier for the British Superbike boys because they're mainly in Britain. So, but here we are then. So we've got variable conditions for our first one. The sun is out. Obviously, for this season as well, for those that watch the Silverstone race Grand Prix just gone, we are using the Hamilton Straight, or the international pit straight rather than the national pit straight. I believe it is defined as. Obviously the track part is the Hamilton Straight. So we are going to set a medium front and a soft rear to start. We are going to change our ECU down to traction 1, brake-in 1, and leave the power mapping at 3 to start with. So we're going to get out then. I wouldn't have said I'm going to need as many laps around here as we normally would do, with it being our home Grand Prix. But we shall see how we can get on around here in practice 1. Obviously, we will head into practice 2 and 3, 2 being wet. With a bit of luck, we can still get up to the top of the tight or the top of the standings. But we shall see. I will catch back up with everybody once we are heading into qualifying. Okay, so practice 3, quickest lap of the weekend so far is a 2:14.6 from us and a 2:14.6 at the top. Previous lap of a 2:15.0 was our quickest lap, and as you can see, we had a couple of 2:15.0s there as well. So, yeah, wow, doing quite well around here. To be fair, the 2:14.6 was too soft front and a soft rear, so probably not the most valuable sort of sessions, but we're quickest, so that doesn't really matter. So we are joined in Q1, or sorry, in Q2 by our teammate, which is good, and also the British rider of Scott Ogden. So I hope Scott does quite well around here. We're also joined by Riccardo Rossi, Davide Munoz, and Matteo Bertelli, I think that is. So then, first things first, fresh soft. We've got 3 soft rear tyres fresh. One of them we will need for the race, I think. So, soft front, soft rear, you get probably 2 laps out of these, so we need to have a good lap within 2 laps. So let's get straight out to track for this Q2 session. It is dry, out on track, a little bit of sunshine, so we're looking for a 2:14.6 if we can get it. Let's see how we can get on. Okay then, we've got partly worn tyres. 1 lap these tyres have done. So, we've got Ivan Ortola currently sitting in pole position. By 0.075, so we are hoping we can get a better lap in here. Maybe look for the quickest lap of the weekend. There isn't many reg sectors going on at the moment, so whether that's to do with track conditions or what, I don't really know. Let's see how we can get on. Oh, I don't want to be on them curbs too much. Although I didn't lose too much time. Lost a little bit of time, but not too much time. Break that a little bit later into woodcuts. Try and pick up that line through there. Trying to get on the accelerator as we come into Luffield a bit earlier. I think my acceleration was great out of that corner, if I'm honest. The sector is red so far. Within sector 2 we are red, so we just need a good sectors 3 and 4 here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Lovely run down there. Not the best sector, or not our best sector, that anyway. It is obviously the best sector so far, but that's not as quick as we have been previously. That was a much better stow. I'm glad he got out of my way there. That is a much better through Stowe Club and through Vale. We are 3 tenths up here. What is that? A 2:14.4. Wow. Where has that lap time come from? We nailed that final sector again and managed to eke out to 0.02 of a second gap to Ivan Ortola and the quickest lap of the weekend so far. So with a bit of luck, that might see us on pole position for our home Grand Prix at Silvertone, which is pretty cool. Okay, so it did. The 2:14.4 saw us pole position. João Macia with a medium front, I'd like to add, managing a 2:14.6. A 2:14.6 from Ivan Ortola. So we would have been third anyway. Well, no, we wouldn't have been, would we? We had a 2:14.7 something, so we probably would have been down in about 6th or 5th place. So we needed that extra lap. We needed that extra little bit of speed through sector 3 and 4 there, or through sector 4 really. We picked up 3 tenths on our previous lap, so very, very good lap from us. So here we go then. Race time. It is mixed conditions around this Silvertone racetrack. As we look at the grid, a very packed grid, I'd like to say. There was a Monster Energy Yamaha technician, or whatever you want to call him, engineer in the middle there. So, now then, what tyres does it recommend? It recommends a soft front, no way. And it recommends a soft rear. We are going to go for the soft rear. We're going to go medium front, soft rear. It reckons soft softs. But I'm going to go for the medium and hope that it doesn't rain. It's got 0% chance of rain, so hopefully it doesn't. Medium front, soft rear then. We need to get third. Obviously our team objective is 10th, but we are trying to do the raise the level objectives as well for the next 3 races, where it wants us to get top 3. So we need to be on the podium for every race in this sort of session. So, let's look. We've got a lot of hard rears there. So, mainly medium fronts from the top 6. We've got a couple, Dennis Onchu and Diego Moreira. That's soft rearing. Scott Ogden's gone for a hard rear. That's unfortunate for him. Josh Watley picking up the soft rear. That's a clever option. That's what we've gone for. Arana Kareska picking up the final place on the grid. So then, here we go. Sitting on pole position for this British Grand Prix. Let's try and get a good start before we get into Abbey. Here we go then. Clutches in, revs are up. We're on power map in 3 now. Waiting for those lights to go out to start the British Grand Prix. Here we go. Away from the line. Not a bad start off the line at all. We've got Macia coming into our right hand side. Going to get sandwiched in between these two. Protect the inside line as we come into farm. Getting that all a little bit too wrong. Up over the curbs and getting that wrong as well. Sorry, Sasaki. Apologies. Right, we've got Ivan Ortola out in front then. Can we close Ivan Ortola down here? Got 6 laps of this Grand Prix to go. I don't know why my fuel thing is staying red. Noticed that in qualifying, which is a little strange, but hey ho. Can we get up the inside of Ivan into Cox? Yes we can. Looking at going a little wide there. Right, we have made it to the lead. Oh dear, perfect timing as well, because this is the better part of the racetrack for us. As you can see, the gap's nearly up to a second already, so that's pretty good. We're going to go down a power map in 1, because we're already low on fuel, which doesn't bode very well. Looks like it could be another fuel management race. Right, round club. Through Vale and then round club, should I say. As we come into the Hamilton straight. Across the line for the first lap then, done. We're on power map in 1 and still running low on fuel. Not brilliant. Ivan Otoda behind us with Sasaki behind him for now. This is where they will close in on us. Not just the fact that, whoa, hey. Not just the fact that we're running in power map in 1, but they're also a lot quicker than me through this sector. They're going to be with that tank slapper that we had coming into farm, so not ideal. Anyway, coming down a hanger straight into Woodcuts here. So we are on the brake. Not full braking, because you want to pick up that late apex as you come through that one into Luffield. Yeah, I mean, so looking at that, we probably lost about 0.4 of a second going through there. We've got +5 fuel. Let's get to at least plus a lap. That's a bit wide. Too much front brake through there. Not ideal. Through Maggots and Beckett's now. Was that a little bit of rain? That is a little bit of rain, I think. It is raining at the British Grand Prix here. Typical Britain. Just flicking it to power map in 2 as I didn't have the best Maggots and Beckett's through there, so that's not ideal. But it is raining. It is raining around this Silvertone racetrack. Likelihood is it will be red flagged. If the rain continues, of course, but it looks like it's going to. That's deep into there. A 2:16.7, that is an awful lap. What happened there? Trying to apply a little bit of pressure on Mr. Ortola, who happens to be in front of us. We're going to go past him down this hanger straight and into Woodcuts. Oh, that's not the best line through there. A little bit of a block pass as we come round Luffield then. And it is red flagged. Okay, so here we go then. We've got a red flag here. in our Moto 3 race of the British Grand Prix. And we are starting from pole position for the second part of this race. This is going to be difficult. Now, we weren't very brilliant, we weren't very good in the wet at all, so this is going to be interesting. I wonder how many laps we've got. It was the third lap when it stopped, so you're probably going to be looking at around 3, maybe. It was over half, or it was under half race distance, of course. So obviously everyone picking up the medium wet tyres. There we are on pole position for the second time. Let's get this race back underway then. Clutch is in, revs are up. We're still running power mapping 1, so we're just going to switch it to 3 as we pull away. Try and get the best jump off the line as we can. And then hook it straight down to power mapping 1, just as Ivan Ortola flies straight by me. Ivan Ortola a little bit wide through there. Problem is I don't know where we're going. We're on minus 1.7 laps of fuel. What? It just got dark very quickly and we're down. Not the best race start in the world then, is it? We have crashed at the start of this British Grand Prix now then. We are not going to win our first British Grand Prix. It's going to take something very special to get back to the front of this grid. Considering we've probably got to be running power mapping 3 through the entirety of this race. Or power mapping 1, sorry. We have crashed at our home Grand Prix, gutted. Oh my god, this bike's not turning in the wet. And my front tyre is already overheating. Well, you did kind of ram me, mate, to be fair. I mean, that was my fault. Does the game think it's a hot track? Because, I mean, I know I had the alarm bells ringing for the start of this Grand Prix. I mean, we're going to run out of fuel. It's almost like we haven't topped up with fuel. As we've come back out the pits. Which is slightly harsh, because how are we to know that it was going to start raining and they were going to red flag it? Surely you're not going to have to keep to the fact that you have to have extra fuel just in case. Oh my word, that front tyre is horrid. Why is it overheating? It's a wet track. Oh no. Oh, did I dodge that? Oh. Very sloppy here. Let's go to traction control 2 because we nearly lost the back end then. That front tyre has got zero grip on it. I genuinely think we are going to run out of fuel here, ladies and gentlemen. After the red flag, it doesn't look like our car has been, or our bike has been topped up with fuel, so we could quite easily run out of fuel around here. As it's given us an extra lap, but not actually put the extra lap of fuel in. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Front tyre, front tyre. We are running power mapping 1 here because we don't have any other option, in a hope that that will actually see us to the end of this Grand Prix. But part of me is thinking that we aren't going to, regardless of how hard we try. So we were slow in the wet anyway, and our front tyre has actually now only started to cool down. Problem with that being, it's already worn. Oh my word. A 224.4 and we're a 226.2, so we're at least a second and a bit off of the pace here. Getting absolutely no grip from this front tyre whatsoever. I tell you what, I reckon we would have had enough fuel, you know. I'm going to try it. Power mapping 2. I know that says minus 1.3, but looking at how much that green bar is on, I reckon we would have had plenty of fuel here. Considering we've only got 1 lap. And it's not even in the orange. Tell you what though, now this front tyre isn't overheating as much, it is a lot nicer. Yeah, look at that, much better speed through Maggots and Beckett's. Pick a track that is winning up for that one, doesn't really matter. We aren't going to be in the points for this British Grand Prix with that crash coming out into farm for the first lap of this new race for the British Grand Prix. Pushing too hard. That was a bit silly. Pushing too hard there. On a rather worn medium front tyre, medium wet front tyre, considering it had been overheating for the first 2 laps. We're on the final lap now. We are dead last in our British Grand Prix. So not the Grand Prix we would have wanted at all. Considering where we were in the dry. Couple of crashes in this wet weather. A very treacherous front wet tyre, I have to say. Awful front tyre. And I can't believe we run power mapping 1 at the start of the race either, considering it's not even on orange yet. It still is telling me we're going to be 1.6 laps of fuel minus. This is so horrible in the wet. I just don't like the way these bikes handle. You just get constant vibration through the controller as you're turning it in, and the back wheels just skipping out all the time. Not a very nice bike to ride in the wet at all. There you go, look, you can see it, just as we're trying to go around cops. Not a very good British Grand Prix. At all, in the slightest. Just going to run straight on. We were losing the front end through there as well. I want a long lap penalty for the final lap. There you go. We might as well just take that one, haven't we? Give us a bit of long lap experience at least, wouldn't it? We've had an abysmal British Grand Prix, so we might as well top it up with a long lap penalty. Dead last. Gained about half a second on the car in front. Bike in front. After 2 crashes. Not the British Grand Prix we wanted. Oh, I don't think the fastest. I've always thought the long lap penalty was there, to be fair. I can't even get around that corner, though. Wow!
In a moment, we'll
outrageous home Grand Prix. Let's hopefully we'll have a better home Grand Prix in Moto 2. Because that one was horrendous. But, regardless of that, it has also brought the Riders' Championship into a little bit more of a competition. So, João Macia is now 35 points behind us in the championship after an extremely poor home Grand Prix. And I tell you what, because of that, our team... Where is our team now? I couldn't even see our team. Oh, it's still second. My apologies, wasn't really looking. So yeah, ouch. Not the best home Grand Prix there. We actually lose reputation points for that home Grand Prix, so not ideal. What have we got on the board? I thought Escarman could have expressed themselves better at Silvertone. They ended up a long way behind the team's objective. But it's time to make it up. I'm doing the best I can. I'll try to recover a Red Bull ring. I had some difficulties during the race, but that doesn't mean a thing. If I had a bad mouth, if I had to badmouth you every time you finished behind me, I'd have to go on forever. Yeah, maybe not that, eh? Maybe not that. So, unfortunately then, not the British Grand Prix we were hoping for. In the dry, very competitive, did really well, nearly a second in front. As soon as that rain started to come down, wasn't very comfortable at all in the mixed conditions, but were managing to stay in front of the AI. And then as for the wet conditions, those 2 laps, I know the crash at the beginning didn't help, but for the 2 laps of that medium wet tyre on the front was horrendous. Horrible feedback through the controllers as you're tilting it into the corner. Coming into the corner, felt like you were going to drop the front end every time, so you were trying to release the brakes slightly, but then running wide. So yeah, not the best race that we could have hoped for our British Grand Prix. But hey, it happens. We obviously made a mistake going into the first or second corner, so not brilliant on our own back in there. But yeah, hey, that happens. Next time we've got the Austrian Grand Prix, a circuit I do quite like, and of course we're on the KTM, so it's our manufacturer's home Grand Prix. So with a bit of luck, we can have a little bit of a better weekend there and try a bit of a bounce back after that result at the British Grand Prix. Yeah, unfortunately that is all I've got time for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button and leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, main content, if you haven't subscribed already. And if you do subscribe, thank you so much for subscribing and supporting me, my channel and my videos. And don't forget to hit that all important notification bell so you don't miss them when they drop onto YouTube. And I shall see you all in the next video.